So as you find the props and the space for your practice, you can join me in a seated posture. And at this point, you could close your eyes if you want to start tuning in. You could also keep your eyes open if you're not quite ready to go in yet. So in our seated posture, let's take a few moments to feel for that non-dualistic nature of structure, alignment. And once you have that, to really pause and relax to find the softness and the ease within your structure. And just begin connecting with your breath. Just the simple act of shifting your awareness to your breath actually compounds the benefit and the impact of your breath. And the main impact we're looking for with our conscious breath is to cultivate more safety signals in our body. And that's one of the main themes I would like to dive into today with all of you is safety and self-compassion. And so before we move into the formal practice, I wanted to speak briefly about the vagus nerve, because in our Annamaya Kosha portion of the practice, I am going to guide you all to the base of your skull, and I'm not going to use the language of the vagus nerve at that point. It'll just be an embodiment practice where we connect with where the vagus nerve is attached to your brain. And from there, we're going to follow the distal branches that move into the face, the ears, the eyes, the nose, down through the tongue, throat. And we're going to follow the journey of the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in your body that goes all the way down to your colon. And the vagus nerve, for those of you who don't know, is deeply connected to the parasympathetic nervous system. So it actually serves as the brakes to the cortisol response or reaction. And as most of us are experiencing right now, potentially a little more cortisol, a little more stress, a little more anxiety than maybe usual. And understanding the impact of the vagus nerve and how we can connect to it actually allows us to bring in a little more control to calm ourselves down. And what we want with the vagus nerve is to have strong vagal tone, which is a healthy, strong vagus nerve that's receiving and delivering safety signals. And what that does is it moves us into our social engagement system. So the way we know that we're in that strong vagal tone state is that we feel open to connect with the people around us. There's a sense of peace and expansiveness and an ability to actually adapt and cope with stress with much greater ease. So we're going to move through that. Again, I wanted to speak to it briefly so that I don't need to get too technical in the practice, because that will pull you out of the practice. All right. So in your seated posture, you can close your eyes if they're still open. And again, just tune into your breath. Just notice how you can't attach to any moment of your breath. It has a natural flow to tune into. And just mindfully notice whatever state you're in right now, and any sensations that are coming up to be felt. And can you just breathe through it? Breathe as you are with whatever arises. And breathe space around whatever arises. Visualize in your mind's eye that you're setting up an altar for your practice. And my invitation to you at this moment is to imagine that you are lighting a candle in your heart or in your belly. Whichever area you feel is where you want your altar today. And in that gesture of creating sacred space, just visualize that flame and the smoke that begins to dance and billow. And for a few moments here, can you emulate that movement of the smoke in your body? Like a snake slithering up towards the sky that can expand and contract and spiral. Just offering yourself a few spacious moments to just feel your body in gentle, soothing motion. This is also a practice that supports more safety signals, because you wouldn't move this way if you were in danger, just as you wouldn't focus on your breath if you were in danger. Just 3 more breaths, emulating that smoke dancing above the flame in the altar of your heart or belly. At the completion of your next exhale, just pause in stillness, just for a few breaths. And just notice what you notice now. And now gently guide yourself down into your Shavasana. And take your time to tune in to alignment and support and comfort. Offering yourself moments of edits and adjustments and then moments of stillness to really check in. Do I have what I need to let go? Can you allow your breath to be your guide here? What's going to allow you to breathe with ease and spaciousness? And as you settle into your Shavasana, just take note if you can allow yourself to take up a little more space with your feet spread, toes flopping whatever direction they want to flop. Perhaps cushion beneath your heels or knees. Feeling the support of your glutes and pelvis anchoring into the earth. And your tall, lengthened spine moving in one line from the tip of your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. And a gentle tuck of your shoulder blades, creating an altar for your heart and lungs. Your arms spread wide with your palms up, a soft curl in your fingertips. pillow or two beneath your head and upper shoulders so that your ribs can sink down towards the ground. Now, as you feel yourself settle into this sacred position of Shavasana, notice your breath now. Can you tune in to the moment prior to the inhale and feel that passionate life force that is behind your breath? What does that feel like? Now that our physical body has been set up for a practice, let's take a moment to acknowledge our mindset. And for today, with the theme of self-compassion, there are 3 components to be in the practice of. The first one is mindfulness. To practice observing without judgment. Notice your patterns. Notice your thoughts when they arise. And even more than that, notice the sensations in your body. As Yoga Nidra is a practice for your feminine nature. So we want to develop our ability to perceive through the lens of felt perception. You don't need to problem solve or try to heal or try to fix. Just be willing to feel what is real for you. Be willing to feel unconditionally. The second component is self-kindness. To be with yourself and turn towards yourself as you would with a good friend or someone you love. To meet yourself with that spacious generosity and kindness. And trust your intuition when there's a moment that you feel you need to actively soothe yourself. And that might mean putting your hands on your body, or even saying sweet nothings to yourself, like, I love you. And yeah, this is really hard. And in this moment, it's safe. And it's okay to let go. It's okay to feel this. And the third component is acknowledging our common humanity. Recognizing that suffering is human. There's nothing wrong with suffering. And you're not alone. So take a moment here to feel the tethers of support and connection to not only everyone on this call right now, everyone around the world meditating in this moment, and anyone in your life that serves as that consistent support and inspiration. Take a moment to visualize those tethers of support, creating a web of compassion for you to rest even deeper into. Feel your breath travel that web, supporting those around you as you are open to receive support as well. And it is here that we will plant our seed of sankalpa, choosing your positive I am statement that is mindful and kind. Could be I am enough. I am love. I am compassion. See your sankalpa light up. Repeat it 3 times. And then release the mental recitation and just feel it. The feeling tone, the felt perception of your sankalpa. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. Annamaya Kosha, the first of 5 layers. We begin with the most physical and tangible of your food body. In this portion of the practice, when I speak a body part, just move in to feel without labeling good or bad, right or wrong. Just meet each body part like a friend who's in need of being seen, felt, and loved. Without physical movement, just allow your awareness to go on this journey through your body. We begin with the right hand. Just moving in and exploring through felt perception. What does your right hand feel like? There's no sensation too small or too subtle to be with. Feel your right hand. And now your entire right arm. Noticing where your awareness goes first, where you feel with ease. And as you patiently hold space in your right arm, notice what you feel. Be in your right arm. And now move to the entire right side of your torso, from the right collarbone down the center of your sternum, center of your navel to the top of your pelvis. The entire right side, feeling the front, the side, and the back on the right side of your torso. And now your entire right leg, the right side of your pelvis, hip, glute, feeling into your thigh, knee, and shin, your ankle, your toes, Allow your awareness to inhabit your entire right leg. And now feel your right side in its entirety. Leg, torso, right arm. Feel your whole right side. And from the felt perception on the right side of your body, feel the line of connection to the left side of your brain. The left hemisphere of your brain connecting down and feeling the right side of your body. And now slowly guide your awareness to your left hand. Patiently take that journey to illuminate your left hand. What does your left hand feel like? Now your whole left arm. Again, noticing where you feel with ease, where your awareness lands. And then patiently hold space as your awareness picks up on those granular and fine-tuned details that you just didn't notice at first. What does your left arm feel like? Now guide your awareness to inhabit the left side of your torso. Taking your time to find the boundaries of the collarbone, sternum, center of navel, to the top of your pelvis. And then melting in to feel the front, side, and back, and everything in between on the left side of your torso. Continue the journey down as you illuminate your left leg, glute, pelvis, hip, upper leg, knee, lower leg, foot and toes. Patiently hold space to notice what you can feel when you inhabit your left leg. And now illuminate the entire left side of your body. Each part comes together as a whole. The whole left side. And now follow the pathway up to connect to the right hemisphere of your brain. Feeling the entire left side of your body and the right hemisphere of your brain. Now guide your awareness to land at the base of your skull, the base of your brain, and feel into that area. feel your breath in that area. And like dozens of little branches from the back of your skull, the base of your brain, feel those branches move up through your brain, touching the backs of your eyes. And with your next few exhales, feel your eyes settle deeper into their sockets. And from the base of your brain, those spider web-like branches reach to touch the inner ear. And for your next few exhales, feel your ears settle closer to the earth and the expansiveness that opens your eardrums for generous listening. And sensing those branches from the base of your brain reach towards your mouth, relaxing your jaw, your tongue, your lips. And now from the base of your brain, traveling down, feel your breath and your awareness move into your throat. Creating connection, space, and softness. And continue down. And land in your heart space. Your conscious breath sending signals of safety to your heart. And then sense the peripheral branches spread from your heart to inhabit your lungs. Continue down, moving through the thin yet strong layer of the diaphragm and through your stomach. Your breath and your awareness cultivating safety signals for your stomach. Down further to wander through your intestines. Spiderweb-like branches innervating and reaching to the distal edges of your small intestines, sending signals of safety, softness, and space. Continuing down until we land in the colon, down near the base of your spine. Breathing with your conscious awareness in that area, sending those signals of safety. with each breath, mindfully travel up and down the central channel of your body, following the line of the vagus nerve. And with each inhale, you are inspiring your vagus nerve with safety and space. And each surrendering exhale, visualize a cloud of anti-inflammatory signals slowly spreading. Spreading in all directions. Until your whole body is touched and felt with your conscious breath. Breathe in inspiration. Breathe out safety, softness, and space. Now, in this conscious, open and receptive container, with curiosity, invite in the experience of danger. Just notice the feeling tone. And even using the visual of your body being the house of your being. And danger comes and knocks on the door. And you invite it in. And you have a seat set at the table for danger. Can you just be with it? Notice what it feels like. Is there an area of your body that feels danger more than others? Does your mind start spinning, telling stories? Is that an aspect of your experience of danger? And even if there's resistance, to notice that, because that's an important part of your experience of danger. You breathe space around it. Be with it. And after danger has been seen and felt, it gets up from the table and leaves your home. And then in comes safety, knocking on the door. And you have a seat at the table for safety as well. So invite it in and feel it. And any complexities that come along with your practice of being with safety and feeling it, all is welcome. This is a table with many seats. Just keep coming back to the practice of holding space for safety, noticing it. And now that safety is comfortable at the table, danger comes back knocks on the door and you invite it in. And now you are the loving host of safety and danger simultaneously. Notice what that feels like. Can you see them as visitors, as aspects, parts of who you are? And you are so much more. You are the loving awareness hosting these sensations. Three more breaths, being with these two guests. Willing to feel unconditionally. And including any other sensation that asks to join this dinner party. And now allow your next couple of breaths to rinse your house out. And come back to neutral. And remember, you are practicing Yoga Nidra. So now focus your gaze at the backs of your eyelids. And as you gaze into the darkness, visualize yourself standing and looking up at the night sky. Noticing stars. And what else do you see as you gaze into the night sky? And as you hold your steady gaze, a shooting star takes form and begins to move across the sky. And right when it is above you, you reach up and your arm stretches up and you latch onto that shooting star. And now you're flying with the shooting star through the night sky. And this shooting star gifts you with the journey into the past, to your childhood. And as you fly high, you look down and see yourself. You see yourself at 7 years or younger. The shooting star stops and you drop down into the scene, standing face to face with you at 7 years or younger. You lock eyes with little you and gaze lovingly. Nothing to fix, nothing to heal, no problems to solve. Just be with yourself. Hold loving space as you witness yourself as a child. And if you feel any emotion at this moment, just imagine, visualize little you emoting what you feel. Or perhaps it's just a loving gaze. You hold space for each other. Just be with yourself. Now call on your sankalpa. Let it come to the surface. And as you gaze at little you, repeat your sankalpa 3 times and visualize little you repeating it back 3 times. And now just feel. Just be. Just breathe. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Allow your breath to become a little deeper, a little more vigorous, to bring energy and life force fully back into your physical body in this moment and in the space you are in. Guiding your senses to open up to your physical environment as you notice sounds and smells, any lingering tastes in your mouth, and the sensation of temperature where your body touches the floor, where your clothing touches your body. When you're ready, you can bring some movement in until you guide yourself onto the left or right side into the fetal position. And as you rest, I have a quote to read from Frank Ostaseski in his book, The 5 Invitations. So get access to your generous listening as you hold space for these words. Compassion requires that we get in touch with what hurts. It's the pain, the suffering itself, that invites compassion to manifest. The intelligence of compassion brings forward a kindness that is not trying to get rid of suffering. And this goes counter to the ego's wishes. The ego only wants to be protected from pain, while compassion opens to pain. When compassion is present, our defensiveness can relax. And when our defenses are down, we can look objectively at our situations and see the true origins of our suffering. Then we can intervene skillfully to address the real causes and not just the symptoms. Within your next few breaths, guide yourself back to seated. Tuning in to find that structure and ease. Just take a moment to settle in here, to steep a little longer. Now guide your hands to touch at heart center, thumbs at sternum. Thank you for showing up today, for practicing, for giving, and for receiving. From the bottom of my heart to yours. Namaste.